What is going on, YouTube? 7.2.5 is coming out real quick for Legion. This one is going to be over the monk changes. I play monk, I play a little bit of brewmaster, I mainly play Mistweaver and Windwalker. But we're going to go over all the changes on the monk, and I'll give you my opinion and thoughts as we go along. The brewmaster, I don't play too much, so I'm going to kind of just go over it. But the Mistweaver and the Windwalker, I play a lot more. I do a lot of PvP with my monk, so I'll give you my opinion when we go over the actual changes that are going to be occurring for 7.2.5. We'll start out with the Brewmaster. The Brewmaster passive armor was increased to 25%. It was 15%, so you're just going to get a 10%, buff, I guess, on the armor bonus. So, I mean, that's always a bonus. So, Blackout Strike now has a 14-second cooldown. It was 3 seconds. Now, your main attack, Tiger Palm, will reduce the cooldown of Blackout Kick, or Blackout Strike, sorry. So, I mean, it's going to equal itself out. I don't see why there's a change there, but I guess there's just going to be a change. So, I don't really get that one, but we'll keep moving on, I guess. Fortifying Brew, it increases the stagger by 10%. It was 20, so they nerfed that on the stagger side. And then Iron Skin Brew, they increased the stagger by 35%. It was 40, so they nerfed both of the little staggering brews that you use for tanking. So you're getting a short, small little nerf, not too crazy. Special Delivery, that proc chance was increased to 100%. It was 30. Special Delivery did some crazy damage. But let's move on to the next piece of what I'm about to say. Special Delivery's damage was reduced by 70%. So they gave you a 100% chance to proc, but they reduced your damage. So that change is still that one is confusing me too. I don't know why they would. It's going to kind of equal itself out. Maybe they were trying to make it a little bit more flowing, I guess. Like, you got to do more things as the monk tank. That might be, what it is, I guess. Stagger damage cannot exceed 1,000 of your maximum health. 1,000% of your maximum health. So, that can't really give you any opinions on that one. That's just bottom line. Mastery. Elusive Brawler is now triggered by hitting with a Blackout Strike or Breath of Fire. So that's not bad. That's not bad. I could see that one actually helping the DPS chart on your actual tank. So that's all right. Chi Burst has now been replaced with a new talent called Spitfire. It's only for Brewmasters. Tiger Palm has a chance to reset your cooldown. It's a 30% chance of Breath of Fire, so you're going to be pretty much spamming Breath of Fire constantly. That's a lot of AoE damage. So that's kind of cool. So those are the changes for the Brewmaster. I don't play too much of the Brewmaster. I've screwed around with it. I've got the artifact weapon. I've got, like 35 points into the Brewmaster weapon, but I don't really play my Brewmaster too much. So I can't really give you really, really good, knowledgeable opinions on the Brewmaster because I don't really play him. We're going to go ahead and move on to the Mistweaver, something that I do play. They're not changing it too much. I love Mistweaving in PvP. I love that so much. It's so fun. Essence Font now has a 12-second cooldown, and the duration is 8 seconds. It was 6. So they added a cooldown to it, which is not very cool, and then they made it a little bit longer, so you get a couple more little, fonts flying out. The cost was reduced by 10% of Essence Font, and the direct healing was increased 23%. So you're gonna do a little bit more healing, but it's got a cooldown. So I guess it's a good group heal. It's good. I don't ever use it for PvP, but it's a good group heal, especially when you're raiding and stuff like that. That's actually gonna help a lot. I could see that bumping my charts in rating and all that quite a bit in the healing. So that's not too bad. Vivify, the healing is increased by 9%. That's one of your biggest, most used heals, and they buffed it up 9%. That's pretty cool. I'll take that. I don't see anything. That's the only couple changes that they're doing to the Mistweaver, so that's not too bad for me. Now Windwalker is what I really main. On my monk, I'm always Windwalker, but in PvP, I go Mistweaving. Most of my points and everything for my weapon are in Windwalking. I love the way Windwalkers actually, play out. They're kind of like Demon Hunters. I play a lot of a Demon Hunter. I really main the Demon Hunter, but I do play my monk quite a bit, and I like how they both play. They both have their benefits. Let's go over the Windwalker changes for the 7.2.5. Damage of your most of your abilities are increased by 5.5%. So they don't really specify on what they're increasing, but they say most of our abilities are now increased by 5.5%. So I couldn't tell you. I don't really have an opinion on that because I don't know what they're buffing, but they're apparently buffing most of our abilities by 5.5%. Rushing Jade Wind now applies a mark of the crane up to 2. It was 4 to nearby enemies. So they're nerfing that. It only goes up to 2 now instead of 4. So that kind of sucks. Spinning crane kicks, mark of the crane's damage bonus per target is reduced to 40%. It was 50% per target. So a little slight nerfs. I mean, nothing too, oh my god, I can't play the monk anymore. But I hate seeing nerfs coming to some of the abilities that we use quite a bit. So that kind of sucks. Fist of Fury. Man, that is our most used attack. It's the most damage. It's AoE. It's the, pie to our dessert. That is our main ability. The range was increased by 8 yards. It was 5. That's amazing. And then you just keep reading and you get so sick it's not even funny. The damage is reduced by 20%. 20%? What the fuck? So you think the ability that we use the most and is our most damage ability to bump our DPS, you want to reduce it by 20%. I mean, I guess that's a little far. I think 20%. That's crazy. Like, I don't see the logic in that one at all. That's gonna hurt monks a lot. That's Fist of Fury. We base our whole build around Fist of Fury, and you're gonna reduce the damage by 20%. I know I'm ranting. Might as well cut my damn fucking pinkies off and call it a day, but that's ridiculous. But those are the changes for the monk, Brewmaster, Mistweaver, and Windwalker. Windwalker, they're nerfing too much. I don't like that. Mistweaver, they're buffing. They're giving a little bit more heals when they're already a strong healer. That's pretty cool. That's gonna help quite a bit. And Brewmaster, they're just tweaking here and there, not really doing too much on changes or anything on that side. So those are the changes on the Monk 7.2.5. If you have any questions or anything like that, leave a comment on the bottom of this video. If you liked the video, or if it was kind of informative to you, or you just like my videos, make sure to leave a thumbs up, and I will see y'all next time. Later.